Hi, and welcome to the video guide for Optimal Levels, the non-textbook textbook series. For this online tutorial, we'll be using Optimal Levels Fun Flavor Book 1. Hi, my name is Robert Murphy, and I am the author of the series. Okay, so the module is finished, but we do have some optional pages. Okay, after that. Now, the optional page here is called Imagination Express. Look carefully at the picture above. Think of matching adverbs and adjectives. Write them down, make sentences. Okay? Now this is an option. And again, you'll notice that it's very colorful. The graphics are always very colorful and vivid. Okay, now that's deliberate. I want to pique the student's imagination. All right. And this page is about using adjectives and adverbs. So let's see here. The adverbs from this picture. One student had written slowly, beautifully. Adjectives: colorful, big, wide, cloudy. Oh yeah, okay, cloudy. And then they write sentences using these words. One day, suddenly, many colorful barrels were falling slowly from the sky. What are they? They are big and colorful. They are beautiful. I want to see them more. Okay. Again, it's not the best paragraph, but that's not the point. The point is, a lot of EFL students and ESL students don't use enough adjectives, and adverbs are, if they do crop up, they're usually in the wrong places anyway. So, from my experiences, adjectives and adverbs are hardly used properly, if they're used at all. And so this page is to get students to come up with their own adjectives and adverbs. Okay, it's not a place where you're supposed to memorize an adjective list or an adverb list. Not at all. I want the students to look at this picture and get emotions and have them connected to questions about, well, what words can I use to describe this picture? And of course, they turn up as adverbs and adjectives, okay? And they synthesize that thinking process with a few sentences below. That can loosely be a paragraph, obviously, because they're talking about the picture. But it doesn't have to be, exactly grammatically correct. The point is to get them get used to using adverbs and adjectives, okay, in a meaningful way. And again, of course, it's very important to have them give themselves a score. The first time around may not be so important, but third, fourth, fifth time around, yes, they want to do better just because they want to give themselves a good score. All right. Now the next page, it's called Think Again. Okay, think about the unit you've just finished and answer these questions. All right. Now it is optional, but I like to do this after every module. I think there's some important questions here. Number one, what did you enjoy about this unit? So they go back and they look at the unit and find out the pieces that they liked. And perhaps they hadn't talked about this with anybody, but the fact that they have to go back and think about what they liked and then write it down sort of cements the idea that there are likable points in this textbook, and they have to sort of think about why they liked those areas. Okay, and it makes it more enjoyable, something to look forward to. Okay, the next module and the next module. Okay. And number two, how can you connect what you learned to the real world? Again, if learning that goes on in the classroom does not connect to the real world, what's the purpose of the learning? Okay, this is a very serious question that a lot of teachers and researchers have always been, challenged by. And so I asked the students to think about that themselves, because everybody's different. And students always come up with answers here. They always find ways to connect their learning to the real world. Okay. It's often surprising because the answers are usually quite unique. Everybody's comes from a different context, so they have different answers here. Number 3, what have you become interested in because of this unit? Okay. Now, this particular unit was about travel. And, a lot of people start talking about different cities they might want to visit, or some kind of software that, or some kind of website that they looked at, when they were doing research, and all kinds of things come up. And it's wonderful to have them listed here. Because again, it cements their thinking. And number 4, ideas for improving your skills. Perhaps this is the most important question. The students go through, again, a metacognitive process. They think about how well they had done, and they have to think about ways they could have done better and the methods they could have used to do better. All right. Now, this directly helps them when they go to on to Module 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now, let's see what the answers were. What did you enjoy about this unit? I enjoyed hearing about my friends. I want to visit many countries now. Great, great. Um, Number 2, how can you connect what you learn to the real world? When I go to another country, I can be confident more. Okay, now, again, this is an authentic response. I haven't changed anything. When I go to another country, I can be confident more. Okay, that's great. How much more confident this person has become, I don't know. But the fact that they're actually writing this down perhaps provided even more confidence to them than if they hadn't written it down. What have you become interested in because of this unit? I want to read travel books and eat delicious foreign foods. Great. I want to read travel books and eat delicious foreign foods. Okay. It looks like this person has, this person actually visited New York, didn't he? So I guess he's kind of hooked on traveling. He wants to find out where to go next. And I guess he likes food. Yeah, he was talking about Little Italy and Chinatown. So yeah, definitely he likes food. Wonderful. And number 4 here, ideas for improving your skills. What did he have to say? Check internet about other countries. Study cultural differences. Nice. Talk to students from other countries. Okay, great. This student is, a university student, so there are students from other countries at the university. Wonderful. Self-assessment. He gave himself a 5. Okay, all right. And so that's how one module ends. So they finished module 1, okay? And that was on travel. Once they've finished the travel module, they move on to the next travel, which is shopping. And this is the graphic from that module. Now, the study framework is exactly the same. Okay, they go through the exact same steps. So from the teacher's point of view, some teachers may worry, well, wouldn't it get boring for the students? But it's the exact opposite. What I find is that the students are very comfortable. They're comforted by the fact that the study framework is exactly the same. You see, for them, what's important is now we're talking about and thinking about shopping. It's a completely different topic. But the mental processes, the metacognition that goes on, the steps they have to take to get to the discussion of emotion and socio-cultural content, the steps being taken are the same. So it's easier to build fluency because the steps are the same. Okay, and I see a very definite progression through the modules. So then they go to module 3. They're talking about movies. Module 4 is talking about cooking. Module 5 is talking about games. And finally, Module 6 is talking about driving around. Okay, it could be about cars. It could be an extension of traveling. Okay, like going in a big full circle, I should say, going back to Module 1. What I've noticed is that students seem to have more pride and a stronger command in their voice when they're discussing the topics once they get to Module 4, 5, and 6. They're used to adding emotional content to the discussion. They're used to adding socio-cultural concepts, okay, and meshing that with their emotions. And it really takes their confidence and their English usage to a much higher, much more sophisticated level. Okay, and I think this really happens because the framework is the same through all 6 modules. I think that's what really helps them become more confident